So if you want to learn music production very fast, you don't want to waste all that time, because back then people spend 10 years, 5 years just to get basic production skills. And it normally comes from testing many things, trying out many things without direction. So if you're trying to come into music production this 2026 and you're thinking, what should I focus on? What should I start with? How should I move to get the skill very fast? Then follow this process. Number one, learn music theory and the piano. So without music theory, you will never be intentional about your music. I know producers that don't have any idea about musical theory. So what you are doing is mostly guesswork. And not just learn music theory. Music theory is actually theory. Knowing how to play the piano is actually practical. So while you learn music theory, learn how to play the piano, learn how to follow song, understand chord progressions, understand chord fingering, your major scale, minor scale, these basic things at least is enough. Number two, have talent. Okay, I should have started with this one. But the thing is, when I say have talent, I think there are a bunch of people that are into music and I think they missed their way. There was this song I listened from an artist that he sent it to me that I should tell him how the song sound. And after listening to that song, I was on ChatGPT asking how many percent of musicians are actually untalented but don't know how to accept. So because I prior to that time, I always feel anybody going into music has that musical inclination in them, has that flair in them, and there's no how you have that flair and you will not have naturally good ears, right? So I used to think most people in music, at least a very very huge number of people in music, I need because they had something that pushed them into music that came from natural talent. But recently, I came to understand that people are into music for money, especially in the production side of things. It's a cool thing. I love music producers. I think it's cool. I want to learn a new skill. Okay, what should I learn? Okay, I need to start making money. I want to start career. Let me go into music production. If you're moving like that, you will get frustrated. Because a lot of things you learn in production comes from instinct. So if you know you don't have that flair for music, you don't have that talent, you're there for money, quit. Number three, learn how to use a DAW. DAW is literally digital workstation. So FL Studio is the most popular. Learn how to use FL Studio. And trust me, how you actually learn is by doing, by making beats. So you can watch the full courses of FL Studio on YouTube. You can even buy a course on Udemy. But if you never make beats on FL Studio using the things you've learned, you will never still know how to use FL Studio. Number four, join producer forums. So joining producer forums really help you because when you're learning how to make beats and you now start using stock plugins and all these stock sample packs, it's not going to help you. I know you're a beginner and you feel like I need to start somewhere. That's fine. But you want your sound to be good from start. You want your things to start sounding good. It should not be sounding too bad. So you need materials, you need plugins, you need good sample packs. And producer forums like that are good. There are communities on Telegrams, WhatsApp, groups, right? Where you can actually see other producers, actually interact with other producers and get unlimited different kinds of plugins, sample packs, and all. Well, most of those forums are actually paid. So if you want to join one, you're not in any of them, you can message me and I'm going to put you in the one I am in. Number five, find a mentor. Shout out to Sean Temple. Okay, that's is my mentor. So there are two kinds of mentors. So the mentor that teaches you from scratch on Zoom meetings, one-on-one meetings, or even physical meetings that teach you and you watch him make music. That's a different kind of mentorship. The second kind of mentorship is whereby you are actually working on your own and learning things and experiencing things on your own, but you need that person to ask certain questions, to review your beats, and to be there for you and ask you can like where you are stuck, you will always be stuck. You always do trash beats, you always mix wrongly, you always master things wrongly. All these things you actually do rubbish most of the time. And this mentor will give you honest feedback, not fire, bro. It's nice. Honest feedback. And that was a very huge role that Sean Temple played in my career because starting out, I did a lot of things pretty myself. But that review, that checking, that question, that guidance, that close, relationship, actually, I was doing that with him and it's like accelerated my whole stuff. So you need a mentor. So either you need a mentor to teach you from scratch or you need a mentor for that day-to-day guidance and feedback, whichever one you want. If you message me, I can actually play that role for you, but we'll have some agreement or whatever. But then message me, we'll talk about it. Number six, do beats daily and send to your mentor. So uh you learn as you do in music production. You don't learn by only hearing or watching YouTube videos or taking advice. Do apply the things you've learned so you can sound better each time and send it out for reviews. Do not send non-musical people for reviews. Don't be sending your friends that are not musicians. Don't be sending your family members that are not musicians for review. Two things will happen. Either they will lie to you because they want to support you or make you feel good, or they will tell you you're doing trash and full stop. So, what do you learn from somebody telling you you're doing trash? Nothing. But if you actually send it to a producer like you, who is your mentor, he's not just going to tell you you're doing trash. You tell you where the problem is, and then you can improve. Also, I will start learning mixing on time. So there's one very funny mic that they'll tell you, uh, mixing, not learning it first, focus on just production, making beats. Fuck that shit. How do you feel comfortable making sounds and it's not properly mixed? Your transients are jumping all over the places. Your kick, your drums are weak as fuck. Think. Just think about it. How do you feel okay that you did something musical? Like right from time I was never comfortable with just making beats are actually clipping and distorting, terribly mixed and putting out there. I was never ever comfortable with that. Even when I was a beginner. No, I was not comfortable with that because it is basically wrong. It's a slap to the face of music. Okay, I will never do that. So while I was learning beat making, I actually learned how to mix, like at least basic leveling, panning, EQing, compressing. You need to, or else your beats will sound either too weak or too many random spikes, and it's not good. Number eight, learn music licensing. So everything is not about beat making, FL Studio, mixing, mastering. You actually need to understand music licensing, or else you'll be swindled. So you want to learn music licensing based on what master rights is, what composition rights is, same as publishing rights, right? What it is. Also, you want to understand what royalties mean. Also want to understand the work of distributors. You want to understand the work of uh PROs and publishing admins. You want to understand the work of entertainment lawyers. You want to understand a lot of all these things. They also understand what we call beat licensing, what different licensing in a beat is. I think artists actually have to also know this because many of them they message me about they want to buy beats. They don't even understand licensing. They're like thinking it's all about one fee for a beat. So understand what MP3 licensing is, wave licensing, unlimited plus terms, exclusive license, understand what they all mean and the limitations attached to them. Number nine, you have to learn content creating and networking. So, content creating is the goal of 2026. So, how do people ever hear your beats? Content. So, you need to learn how to actually create content, how to make intriguing content, current content that will make people curious, grow a social media following, and also learn how to network. So networking, how to enter DMs, how to know who and who you want to talk to, people you want to work with, people you want to collaborate with. All these things are skills you have to learn how to do. Communication skills, social networking skills. Very, very important. Now, these are the things you need to become a music producer. So learn them by step. Don't rush things and pay attention to every stage you are in. I'll see you guys next video. Also, make sure you're following for more if you like contents like this.